Hello and welcome to The Wolf Wears Red, a visual horror novel about a serial killer named The Wolf who killed multiple young men the past few months. So let's see how the story turns out and hop right in. The distant calf crows echo as I walk through the damp forest floor. Their cries carry between the dead trees, like a warning to anyone passing through. The soft crunch of leaves underneath my feet is oddly satisfying to hear, though I try to keep my steps quiet. It's better not to alert any lurking predators nearby. Passing a small bush, the hem of my red cloak snags on one of the branches. I pause and tug it free. The edge of the cloth tears away with it, leaving me with a frayed end. I pout. This was my favorite cloak too. Whatever, I can stitch it up later. The fabric is a little old and has seen more than its share of this forest. But still, I like it. It even has my name embroidered inside the sleeve. My name is Voila. He, him. Do you want to use the more feminine or masculine character for CCGs? The masculine. That's right. I'm Koala. The cool breeze brushes against my skin as I breathe in the scent of the fresh forest. I love the smell of moss and wet earth. Only here do I feel truly free. The woods are hungry tonight. A part of me is too. I tilt my head toward the skyline, where I can faintly see the moon through the clouds. It's getting dark. I should head home or find shelter soon. It's not safe at night in the woods. Not for most people. I gently clutch my basket full of herbs and bread closer to my chest. I come out here alone often enough to gather supplies, but I still can't get used to the eerie feeling of the woods at night. The crackling leaves, the sound from animals nearby. It's far too easy to be caught off guard here. I keep a spare dagger underneath my cloak every time, just in case. It's better to be safe than sorry. Sometimes I even get lucky and manage to catch a rabbit or two for dinner. Though against larger predators, I'm not sure if this little dagger will suffice. I trail my fingers along the hilt of my dagger. It's worn now. I make a mental note to sharpen it later. The dagger is a precious gift from my grandmother after all. To protect against wolves, she had told me before she passed away. But that I've encountered any wolves throughout my years of exploring this forest. Hopefully it stays that way. The dagger comes in handy outside of catching prey as well. I use it to carve markings on trees to keep track of where I am. After all, it's too easy to get lost here. I eye the oak tree in front of me. It's one of my landmarks. The bark is scored with old cuts from my blade, something only I would notice. This tree was where I found a young merchant from the village a couple months ago. He was adult-aged, and yet at night he cried like a little child. Given his circumstances, anyone would have been afraid. He was caught in a storm and couldn't find his way home. And the snow was especially heavy that night. I harvested him. As much as I wanted to help him, I couldn't pass up easy prey. I mean, can you blame me? Some predators enjoy the thrill of the chase, but I'm not one of those. Monsters with no self-control. I don't mind ending the hunt early. Besides, there aren't many wanderers in the woods these days, so I have to take advantage of opportunities like that. It was a clean kill. Would have passed away in that storm regardless. Maybe he was lucky I found him and not the wild animals. I still wonder what compelled him to wander so deep in the woods that night. He didn't have much on him, even in that type of weather. Oh well, at least the oak tree is growing so well now. Anyone who wanders here unprepared feeds the forest one way or another. We all return to nature eventually, and if not, I always end up making use of them. In other ways, of course. It's getting dark, but I can't help but feel like I would just be going home empty-handed with the few herbs I've collected. If only prey would fall into my lap like last time. The young merchant made it too easy. I blow warm air into my hands and rub them together. It's a chilly night. I should get going soon. I glaze down. Two differing trails in front of me. Air is heavier on one side, carrying the faint trace of something more dangerous deeper in the forest. On the other hand, the smell of fresh water catches my nose. There is a river nearby, in the opposite direction. Which way should I go? Okay, down the river is coming soon, so we go deeper into the forest. I decide to walk deeper into the forest. The trees grow thicker, branches woven almost like a cage. The air smells different, heavier, I think. However, this part is familiar to me, so I'm not too worried. A twig snaps behind me. I freeze, ears stinging. Is someone following me? No one really frequents this area of the woods. Could it be an animal? I turn sharply, and a flash of silver hair catches my eye. A young man is leaning against a tree. An intentionally aborted bow rests across his back, and he seems to be cleaning a silver knife with his handkerchief. Should look at his bow, I think. My gaze falls to the obsidian-colored bow on his back. It's a beautiful bow, probably crafted by a skilled artisan, but strangely, doesn't look very worn. I wonder if the dagger in its hand is his preferred weapon. Given his attire, he looks like a hunter. But what is he doing here? This area of the forest is unwelcoming, even to experienced huntsmen. The closest town is almost half a day's walk away. Prey is scarce around the area. The dirt roads are twisted and uneven. Besides, how did I only just notice him? My senses are far from dull, but somehow I let this man escape my detection for who knows how long. His eyes lift to meet mine. His expression seems steady, but faintly amused. My heart skips a beat. I choose to walk deeper into the forest, but I didn't expect to run into anyone here. This is a pleasant surprise. I offer him a carefree smile. Maybe I won't go home empty-handed tonight after all. Not the safest place to wander alone, huh? I can say the same about you. He tilts his head, the corner of his mouth curving a little. I'm not alone. Not alone? My eyes flicker to the trees next to us, scanning for others in the area. But I see no one, just a soft sway of branches in the wind. Are my senses getting too dull now, or is he seeing something I'm not? I have the forest, my bow, and now I have you here. For a moment, I don't know how to respond. Here I was, worrying. There, might be others hiding nearby, ready to steal my prey, right in front of my face. Very funny. He has an annoying smirk on his face, as he was proud to himself for coming up with that line. Oh yeah. I mean, he looks like someone who would look for us in the forest. Maybe he knows about the merchant. Maybe he was sent for that. Or does he actually think it's a good idea to flirt with random people here in the middle of the forest? I'm not impressed. His attention flicks down to the basket of herbs in my hand. Oh, he looks surprised. I don't know there were anything good to find out here. This part of the forest is pretty dead. I nod my head. How does he know that? Is he familiar with the forest too? Herbs only grow around the river bend, and we are both very far from it now. I quickly think of an answer. Not if you know where to look. I clutch my basket tighter, feeling strangely uncomfortable under his gaze. Why is he even here? Maybe to hunt? But like I said, there really isn't much on this side of the woods. And maybe he's hunting me. As if reading my mind, he begins to talk. I'm here to hunt. Oh. What do you study him curiously? What kind of animals do you hunt? The hunter's expression doesn't change. Oh, he lost his smirk a little. Anything I can get my hands on. Wolves, hares, and the like. Whatever crosses my path. Wolves? I never actually seen any nearby. I do hear them from time to time though. Usually they keep their distance when humans are around, at least in my experience. He gives a small nod in response. You should know better than to gather herbs in this forest. This area especially. What do you mean? I wonder if he thinks my answer is naive. The face doesn't seem to give anything away. Haven't you heard the stories? A crow coughs overhead, sharp and sudden, and the wind picks up. His expression turns solemn. By stories, I assume he is referring to the murders happening in this forest. I'm sure news of them have spread like a wildfire by now. For a brief moment, I feel a flicker of pride, but I quickly push the feeling away. I wonder what I should respond. Am I just a curious wanderer in the woods, oblivious to the rumors? Or am I something else entirely? Stories? Come on. Everyone knows about it. The serial killer? The one that hunts in these woods? Surely you know that. I know about it, of course. The one that's nicknamed the Wolf, right? Yes, I've heard the stories. That one. Which means you're either really stupid or you want to die. Which one is it, Red? Did you just call me by the color of my cloak? Of course I don't want to die. I'm only here because I need to gather plants and materials. It's winter now. It's always good to stock up. You should be more careful then. 2 missing people in the last month, and who knows how many victims over the years. For the first time, his voice loses a bit of his usual charm, and his mouth goes down and down a little more. His expression looks pained. Sorry. At first, we assumed wolves or other wild animals got to them. He shakes his head slowly. But then people started noticing something strange. Strange? Yeah, strange. The victims were all young men. It's true that the victims are all men, but surely that can be explained by other reasons. A good question. I feel like men go deeper in woods in that time, but it's also pretty odd. So I feel like we play dump. That's pretty weird, yeah. But why would the killer only target men? We aren't sure. But there are just too many victims for it to be a coincidence. He has to be a serial killer. I nodded. That makes sense. And so we nicknamed the killer the Wolf. The words hang between us. My twin brother. He went missing a year ago too. Another victim then. And wrong voice. His gaze drops to the forest floor. We don't even know. We don't even know where he was last seen. Or if he even came to these woods at all. Sometimes I wonder if the wolf got him too. That's horrible. I'm not sure what else to say. I've always been terrible at comforting people. It's just not in my nature. When my grandfather died, I shut myself away for months. It was lonely, but also peaceful in a way. I had nothing else at the time. No, until I found my new hobby, of course. The hunter doesn't seem to mind the silence. So his brother was also murdered. Considering they were twins, they must have looked pretty similar. I tried to remember if I've met anyone who resembles him, but no one comes to mind. If I had met someone half as handsome as the hunter, then surely I would remember. I usually remember all of my victims. And none of them had striking silver hair like this. He said he wasn't sure if his brother entered the woods, but he didn't rule out the possibility either. So maybe someone else took his brother. In that case, then the hunter is just wasting his time barking up the wrong tree. Just like my grandmother used to say. Besides, who would hunt someone as perfect looking as him? If it were up to me, I would just keep him. That way I'd be able to look at him and talk to him every day, just like this. How fun. I toy with the idea in my head. The hunter exhales quietly, sharp enough to pull me from my fantasies. Want to at least recover his body. He was always ill, and I wasn't always there for him when he were younger. It's the least I can do. For some reason, guilt pricks at me. Even though I'm not responsible for his death at all, he's searching in the wrong place. I feel a little sorry for him. It's not like I can tell him that. I fidget with the frayed edge of my cloak. The hunter's eyes catch the movement, and his expression seems to soften. Uh-oh, is he getting onto us now? Because we have a dagger and stuff. But we need the dagger to cut the herbs, so we're good. He gently pats me on the shoulder. His touch is comforting, warm. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you like that. Don't worry, okay? You're safe with me. I always catch my prey. Plus, I've killed worse predators before. Worse predators? Huh? I wonder what he means. What worse predators are out there? I haven't seen any wolves or anything scary in those woods before. No. These predators aren't wolves. He doesn't look at me, and he doesn't explain any further. So that does mean he's killed people then. And maybe he plans to hunt for the serial killer as well. I can't think of any other reason why he'd be here. So he's looking for me, huh? After a brief silence, he changes the subject. I take you home. You live in the nearby village, right? Yes. It's getting late now. My grandmother might be worried if I don't go back soon. Alright, let's go then. He gazes His gaze is so gentle. He takes my arm and we slowly begin to walk down the path toward the village. His grip is light, but not easy to slip away from either. Is he worried about me? He must be protective after losing his brother. I kind of like it. It's never a bad thing to be careful. Especially since the killer seems to prefer killing men. It's not safe for you to wander these woods alone. I smile at him. Who would threaten me here after all? You're right, but I feel safe with you. I use my free hand to grab his arm, returning the gesture from earlier. I'm glad you found me today. The corner of his lips twitch, and then his expression softens into a faint smile. It lingers for a moment before his expression darkens again. They don't usually tell people this, but you should be wary of who you run into in these woods. Aw. Why? I mean, obviously. What does he take me for? Maybe he should take his own advice. I wait for him to explain. The missing victims. They were all found by someone first too. Someone they felt they could trust. So they do know that little detail. I didn't think that information was public. After all, none of the victims would be able to tell anyone. Are you trying to scare me? He shakes his head slightly. So, you're saying is, the person who found them was the killer? Were the victims tricked? Yes. There's still some doubts, but that's the conclusion for us. But that's the conclusion some of us have reached. The air between us stills. Why did he tell me this? Is he genuinely worried for me? You're not afraid of me? No, I'm not afraid. Should I be though? I want to trust you. A flicker of surprise crosses his face before he smirks. You're either brave or stupid then. His gaze stays steady on mine. Calm, but also studying me. Only predators in these woods need to worry about me. Otherwise, I mean no harm. So you have no reason to be afraid. But like I said earlier, I always wise to err on this side of caution. So right now he doesn't think we are the predator, because we don't have to be afraid, because only predators have to be afraid. Seems good for me, at least for now. The silver knife he carried earlier catches a stray ray of dying sunlight as he slips it back into the shed. I hunt monsters, predators, not lost boys like you. I tilt my head to the side a little, processing what he said. He hunts predators, not lost people like me, huh? I happen to be both, of course. Minus the lost part. In these woods, the predator isn't always the one holding the gun. Or the bow. You never know what might be lurking behind you. A pause stretches between us, his words sinking in. Maybe I should just ask. Are you going to try to catch the wolf? Yes, I am. The smirk is gone now, replaced with something sharper. I have a couple leads so far. Leads? I wonder what he found. I've been exploring the area for the past few months. I think I'm starting to understand how the killer operates now. He has been here? I've never seen him before though. Then again, I didn't even notice him behind me earlier, until the twig snapped. Is that an accident? I feel like I'm close to the truth, and when I find it, I'll finally avenge my brother. Aren't you worried though? He frowns. Or maybe it's a look of concern. I'm not sure. Worried about what? What if the killer is smaller than you? Aren't you the killer's exact type? What if the killer's smarter than you? What will you do if that happens? The killer might be smarter, but I'm certain I'm stronger. So I'm not worried. The fact that I'm a young man, just like the other victims, might help me approach the wolf as well. Well, it's true. The wolf seems to target young men, so I guess you're right. Plus, you're handsome too. For a moment, he just stares at me, as if the words don't quite register. What? I laugh. If they not put this together when they were looking at the victim profiles. What are you saying? Just kidding. He turns his head away quickly, but not before I catch the feint of color blooming across his cheeks. How cute. I lean a little closer to him. Actually, it does it even in the video. You don't have to look away, you know. I like it when you smile. He covers his face even more. You really shouldn't say things like that. Why? I give people the wrong idea. I laugh some more. I'm definitely trying to give him the wrong idea here. He's really cute. That kind of cute that makes a predator want to keep watching. Circling. Until they decide whether to pounce. Just like how cats toy with smaller animals. The more charming the prey, the more fun it is after all. And the hunter here is almost too charming to let go of. I decided I wanted to... Oh, heavy decision. I mean, we kinda wanna kill him. Because we are the killers. But I also kinda wanna keep him. Just to see what happens, but we kill him. That's right. Prey is prey after all. No matter how fun they are to toy around with, everything must come to an end eventually. It's just such a shame. I really do like. The hunter is still hiding his face, embarrassed. His shoulders are relaxed, unprepared. The perfect opportunity for me. My fingers brush the hilt of my dagger, no longer hidden inside my cloak. It slides free with a whisper. The cold metal feels steady in my hand. Goodbye, my little hunter. Bad ending one, the prey. Okay. That's it for The Wolf Wears Red. I feel like I'm not quite certain if there's multiple endings already. Yeah, there's 2 endings, 2 bad endings and 1 good ending. And that was our first playthrough of it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day or night, and I see you soon.